All right there. This is the last video I'm ever making. The channel's finished. Not really. But it is getting tight. I'm skint. Send me some money. Patreon. $1 a month. If everyone done that, you'd have like a hologram of me. All of you in your front room, like 3 dimensions. Hello, David. All right, there. Okay. Can you imagine? So it's kind of an unofficial Kickstarter. The Holofield. This is weak as fuck. Anyway, look, come on, if you felt something there, let me fucking rinse some coinage out of you. The idea of people getting stuff they don't deserve for free, while we're on the subject, hacking. Hacking amazes me. Hacking for me is almost like a holy grail. I continually have this idea that it doesn't actually exist reinforced. As much as I have the idea that it actually does, and it's fucking brilliant reinforced. So I'm kind of stuck in this between two ideas. It's not cognitive dissonance as much because they're not parallel ideas. I'm not maintaining both of them. I'll go through phases of each where they become dominant. And there's the sort of dialectic contradiction is not resolving itself. It's remaining opposed, these two opinions. I mean, when I was a kid, it was an amazing time in many respects to be at school because in my 5th year, suddenly computer studies was on the curriculum. You had to do it. These machines that we had... Right, this is now 1985, maybe, around that time. This machine was called a Lynx, or a Link. Big black lump it was, just a big sort of wedge of hard, cheap plastic. Link. And it had a monitor, but only in green. Yeah, it was called a green screen. And it wasn't like shades of green, on or off, like green or not. And even when it was not, the little glow of the green made it sort of green anyway, and the whole... And you get in there, and the software that we had to play, and I don't like air quotes, but I mean, I use play very loosely, was called Turtle or Logo. Weirdly, they'd give us both, and they were sort of the same, or Turtle was part of Logo. And this is the fun. This was the introduction to computing my school was offering us. It was a little green triangle, about 1 centimetre, and you could make it go forward, and then you could turn it 90, 45, only like right and half right angles. And you could just move it and make like squares if you had a few spare fucking hours. It was so dull. And there'd be like 10 of us at my fucking state comp huddled around a computer. So just sort of sitting there just thinking, is this really the future? Are you sure about this? It was remarkably backward. You know, the tutor would be reading out of books. The information was so new. And they showed us this movie once. It was about EPOS. Do you know what that is? Do you remember? Did you have this class? Was it on your curriculi? Shocking. This is what it was. I'll demonstrate it through mimicry. The titles come up, 1985, so probably made in about 84 really. It went, you know, the sort of film cheap stock, and then sort of shots of Sheffield or something, just grim as fuck, northern town. And then sort of zoom in, then another one. In a world with more and more people, computers are becoming more significant. And then it would just be this woman in a supermarket picking up tins of beans with like a checkered, what do they call them? Overalls? I knew it weren't that. Pinny? Do we know what a pinny is? Is there a communal understanding of pinny? What's it fucking called? Add one of them on. And it'd be checking, she'd be picking up beans going, "Oh, hello, love, you all right? How's your old man's lumbago?" And then it go, computers are making their way into supermarkets with EPOS. That's electronic point of sale. Again, come on, man, market this to your kids. Motivate your kids. Let's show them what computers might be able to do rather than this bullshit. Because this is basically accounting. Oh, you can scan your beans and it will tell someone over there they got beans. And then there'd be some bloke on it in his little high street shop, like a nothing little corner shop or something. And they go, yes, we have considered using a home microcomputer to process our outgoings and our purchases. We can talk to other computers on the network. And of course, running parallel to that is we're all at home with our ZX Spectrums programming machine code using assemblers, assembly language. My mate was on it. I wasn't. Oh, not that good at all that. Could have been. Wasn't that I wasn't clever enough, but that kind of repetition, those kind of, working with numbers and that, you can fuck that. No. If inky string plus b equals 4 plus minus 2, then let go sub 26. 14, return without go sub. God, man, early days of computing. We used to get this magazine called Interface. I think I've talked about this on a video, so I'll keep it long. Interface was so limited in its reach, it was made on a Gestetner, which is like a manual. There's like a sort of a weird, some sort of electronic print plate in there, and it all comes out purple. Don't touch it. Oh no, that needs to dry for a couple of hours. Magazines, this is the sort of thing, fanzines, pamphlets, and Interface would be on this sort of Gestetner stapled in the corner. Now, this shitty, worst possible quality would have looked better if you got a child to copy it by hand. Magazine would include pages and pages of basic code. Beginners, all systems instruction code. That's what BASIC stands for. And it would be that, literally, 10, let A equal 5. 20, let B equal 6. 30, if A equals B, then go sub verification. And shocking. It would take you a day, a good 12 hours, working 3 of you, me, mum and my mate, in like a, what do you call it, not a round robin. It's not that, sir. Anyway, all 3 of us. Once you've got to your 12th hour and you've got a migraine and you've burnt your retinas forever, once you've got that and you're like, oh, can't wait to play the game. Now, don't forget the game in Interface, it was like a drawing of this planet exploding and this massive robot sort of going, ah! All right? So you've done your 12-hour shift. You've burnt your retinas dead. Your fingers don't work anymore. You stink of the digital age. And you go, run. Oh no, the game doesn't start. What you get, bing, variable not found, comes up at the bottom. There's a printing error, or there's a smudge, or you thought an I was an L, or a colon was a semicolon, almost indistinguishable with the human eye. Literally memories of magnifying glasses over the code, which just actually gave you more information of the same lack of specificity. And then it'll be another one, return without go sub. What? Hang on, what does that even mean? Trying to think some more of those weird error messages on a spectrum. We've had a variable not found. R, tape loading error. Another classic. C, nonsense in BASIC. I could go on. I'm not good for dinner parties. Don't bring up computing. Not in the 80s. So that was all, there was all that, and Interface was crap, and then after about 10 hours debugging it and making shit up because it was missing, your game would be a little addition sign, a little plus sign, going meep, 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 and you had to try and press the button at some point before a bracket went bop, bop, bop. The sound isn't even that good. The spectrum is limited to beeps. That's how you program. So that's all going on. Kind of already confusing because it's shit and it's excellent. Like the future turned out to be. And then I'm watching Daryl. Daryl. That's another acronym, but I can't think what for. But it'll be something like Distant Augustine Rodeo Yacht Lover, which is what it was. And that was a film about this kid who was actually a computer, and he'd get on computers and they'd hack we got there. What is it? 20 minutes in? He would hack. And the music would be like that. Living in electric dreams. That sort of all those 80s songs about the digital future that were just pouring out. Your historical materialism there, working overdrive. And then there was another one, War Games. And it was these kids who had computers that they ended up talking to NASA or some shit. They hacked the American government. And I just was absolutely fucking seduced. Oh, give me that power now. The idea that I could get my little Spectrum 48K, plug a few leads in it, a modem, it means modulator, demodulator, that's what we called them back in the day, plug that in and somehow type really fast, because that's what they've done on the movies, and only writing in numbers, what is it, just pure hexadecimal code, and H1, 2, B2, and then start getting like Ronald Reagan to ring up Gorbachev. I wanted to do all that sort of thing, and it looked amazing, but couldn't ever do it. And I had the same problem with programming games. Matthew Smith is a legend among Spectrum gamers because he programmed Manic Miner. He made almost a full colour game on that computer. Amazing. Just a legend in that tiny pond. He went mental in it. Hello! He's a fuck now. But the fame of Manic Miner went to his... that 16K classic brought a man down. The central cavern had him on his knees. But I couldn't work out how he programmed it. Why could me and my mate, who had the fucking brains, why couldn't we program games? And of course, we found out years later that's because he had a different computer that made games for the Spectrum. It was a Tandy thing. But then I said to my mate, why couldn't we get our hands on them? Why didn't we know about them? Why weren't they in shops for us to buy? Why couldn't we be those genius kid programmers? We had the head, we had the time and the motivation, but we didn't even know these external computers existed. And this similar sort of confusion has gone on all my life. I ended up in business with an ex-pen tester. Yeah, I'm a pen tester. Yeah, I'm a pen tester. Pen tester. It means a penetration tester. Oh, it sounds good, does it? But it's not. It's dull as fuck. Basically, well, complexly, he had to test the security of like businesses' computers. And so I sat him down after a few minutes of knowing him, and I met him through bitcoins. Weirdly, I needed some bitcoins and I needed them now. I needed them pronto. I need that digital currency in my hand, brother. And he was on the internet saying, I got bitcoins now and I'm in Soho, London. Oh, we made connections. We modulated, demodulated. And he fucking put the bitcoins on my... Coins? He put the bitcoins on my phone right there over a coffee outside Bar Italia. Anyway, soon I said, how'd you get into this business, sir? Turned out he was a pen tester. I'm a pen tester, innit? And he... I said, so tell me, how do you actually do it? What's it all about? I've heard about brute force attacks. I've heard about, what is it? A bit of software I pretend to know about when I'm drunk so that girls think I've got the fingers. What is it? So, I don't know. I just Medusa 489 or something. Oh no, it's just code. Don't worry. It's just stuff I do. In there, rats, brute force attack. Yeah, no problem. DDoS. And he was saying to me, he said, well, it's kind of like, it's more like things like we go around their offices and there'll be like passwords on post-it notes on the screen and, just little giveaways. And I was going, yeah, but hang on, what about their actual computer system? What about when it says username and password? Can you sort that shit out? And then sometimes I go surfing the web for hacking stuff, and there's all this stuff, and the promises are massive. I mean, these are like the sort of modern hubba bubba bubblegum little thing where you open it up and it says X-ray specs, just collect 40 of these, send them off with 20 grand, and we'll send you X-ray specs. You get them their glasses with spirals on them, and you're sort of squinting thinking, I can sort of see my bones. Absolute cods. But the fantasy, the excitement, I'm reading these things and it's sort of, telling you how it's going to do it, and you can get Facebook accounts and Instagram accounts and all that. Now, they're all bullshit. I mean, I'm not idiot enough to just go, it sounds amazing, and order it. And the funny thing is, a lot of them are actually phishing scams. So they ask you for details and they have them and they fuck you over. But, sorry, I just got a weird message from someone. It freaked me out. Where the fuck was I? Oh, that's done me. Oh, what a shame. Hang on. if you can take a pause, I can do this. Oh, no. Computers, hacking, pen testing. Oh man, something about him going around offices and it being on post-it notes and me trying to find what actually is it in there. I think we're going to have to go from there. And never really found out. Oh yeah. Shit, there we go. Buying like hacking packages on the internet. So tried the dark net, talked to a few people on there about hacking. They're all a bit shady about it. And so I kind of thought, this doesn't exist. You can't actually do shit. You can't actually do that. You know, it's a lie. Because if you could, it'd be too awesome. But a bit like YouTube, I couldn't work out how to fucking make a video, YouTube videos. I couldn't work out how people had like boxes in boxes and all different shit going on. Couldn't work it out. I asked people for years. I had Bearing on the fucking phone before his channel blew up, telling me how to do it. And afterwards I was like, what, Camtasia, save screen, touch magic and all this software. And I uploaded it all and I couldn't do it for fuck. And I was thinking, how do these 14-year-old kids in the Ukraine do this shit and why can't I? And finally, Devon Tracy went, get OBS. There you go. And day after that, I uploaded my first video. And I think it's going to be like that with the hacking, but it never is. And then, yesterday, I discovered a lot of YouTube channels of hackers who are ringing up Indian scammers. Right, there's these big Indian scammers. There's thousands of them apparently. And what they do, they're just call centres. They ring up people in America and just say, we're from the IRS and we're giving away loads of money. And then they just get information off them. And sometimes they get on their computers legitimately. Another one they've done, they get malware installed. See, look, they're already doing that. You know, you download a bit of software, it's got some cheeky bit of spyware or malware in it. And then it tells you in a little pop-up, your computer's got a virus, you need to talk to us and we'll repair it. So these, you can imagine, oh hello, what's this? Oh, Arthur, my computer says, there's a little thing says I've got a virus. There's a number to call. And Arthur's sitting over there with half pint of mild and his roll up goes, well, Dorothy, I suggest you give the number a ring if it's there. I mean, why else would it be there? Back to Dorothy. Hello Dad. Oh, you made the call. And then they install TeamViewer or something else so they get control of their screen. Oh, and then they start downloading loads of their private information, payment information. They take credit cards. It's shocking. So these scammers are on it. These hackers are on them. And they're doing it. And I was amazed. I'm like, oh, it's actually here. They're doing some amazing things. Now, unless these videos are fakes, but they're elaborate. Some of them are like live streaming 24/7. Just these proper neckbeards knocking back litres of cola. Just... And they're doing wicked things like getting a call centre, all the phones to ring in the background. He's talking to this bloke and he goes, is that all your phones ringing? And you can hear him. He goes, stop it. Stop it. One of them, his voice is just a robot, you know, the old speech synthesis. And so he goes on and he goes, hello, can you fix my computer? And he goes, hello, sir, yes, what is the problem? And he goes, fix it. And it's just having proper laughs with him. But what they do, they make their payment information folder on their computer a rat. It's called a rat. And it gets into their computer and deletes, like, I think it's called a System32 file. Many of you will know a hell of a lot more about this than me. But basically, that's your computer screwed. You've lost everything. And one bloke's done it, and he's infected every single computer in the call centre with that rat. And he's fucked them all. And you can see them all. He's got them all in picture. And the bloke's going, no, you got to stop this. Stop it now. I give you £4,000. So you bastard. I fucking kill your fuck. And it's all like gets abusive. There's loads of them. They're fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Real hacking. There's another one where, what is it? The one I watched today that just blew my mind. Oh, he's got people in the call centre ringing other people in the call centre. So it goes, and he's got them on there. So he goes, hello, and everyone goes, hello, is this? He goes, hello, what is you want? What you want? And it's just two people in the call centre, and they end up going, you fuck, I fuck you. And then he's there, and he just goes, oh, you having a nice time, lads? He goes, I kill you, fucker, fucking kill you, I get you, big monkey. Much fun. What's that other one? There was another amazing thing he done. Oh yeah, getting into people's voicemail messages. These videos are there. It's hilarious. If I could do that, I reckon my life's fucked. I do nothing else. It's so funny, re-recording the voicemail messages and sort of going, I'm not here right now. Just abuse. But the bloke doesn't know, of course, until he's received loads of messages. Oh, so hacking has arrived. The geezer on one of these things has got a Discord, and he says we can train any of you up from scratch to be a hacker. It's finally happened. So don't fuck me off. Oh no. Oh, don't wind me up. You won't like me when I'm angry. Not when I'm hacking angry. Not when I'm hacking in a fit of anger. I'm going to give myself one of those sort of hackers' names, like Doc's Beardo Slice. Watch out. I'm coming.